Okay, just finished my stint of volunteering at the academy and am heading home. So, messed up that mirror. Mirror keeps getting bumped. Wow, this is steep. Okay. Down here, any cars coming? Yep. No more car. I need to stop up here and fix this mirror. Okay. Okay, that looks okay. Down a different hill than this 8th Street because it's really steep. So we'll see. I've got a vehicle coming behind me. Okay, we're going to go down 9th Street. This hill's kind of steep too, though, I think. That's not too bad. We have a stop here at Jefferson. No cars. All right, we're off to the trail. Haven't made a recording for a while. I was having trouble with my Insta360 X2. It kept cutting off after a couple minutes, so I'm selling that, and I've gotten an X3, which is still a generation behind the most recent one, but it seems to be working. This is really the first outing with it, so it seems to be working much better. I'm using my external mic, so let's get beyond these people. On your left. Thank you. That seems to be working well. I didn't put the muff on the microphone that's at my neck, so we'll see how that works out today. I'm not quite sure what else I've talked about as far as what I've learned about e-biking, but I'll tell you, I've been doing a fair amount of riding. Try to go at least 10 miles when I go out for a ride, and sometimes get in 17, a couple times over 20. So I need to do a little more lengthy rides. But reminds me I didn't put my lights on, and the back lights. I need to get off for that. Let's do that. Okay, that one's on. And we can move this down a little bit. That one's on. All right. So one thing I did, I got a smaller water bottle that fits in the front holder nicely. So my intention is this will be my drink bottle, and then I've got the other one back here in the back in the pocket by the pack that carries extra water. So that is something new that I just added this week. I say that, yes, the bike, I got a great deal on the bike. Hi. But then, of course, you buy extra things to put on the bike. Well, that's what I've been doing. And I got these glasses, and finally, my granddaughter's fiance was able to switch the lenses for me. I wasn't able to pull it out the holder out properly, or the amber lens. I really don't like sunglasses, and if I need them, I'll change them. But really, I wear the glasses mainly, as I learned from the first early rides, to keep bugs and other things out of my eyes. You know, dust and things get in your eyes. You need a little bit more wraparound glasses than my regular glasses. So I'm wearing these without my glasses, but I'm able to see okay. I just can't read things up close. I mean, I can see the control screen and read what's on it. But the other thing I've also learned is, and understand now why some people wear a bandana over their mouth, is you got to keep your mouth closed, because otherwise sometimes you eat bugs. Not a pleasant thing to consider, but one way of preventing it is keeping your mouth closed. But I am getting a lot more used to this thing, and I think it takes a little bit of, if you've ridden an electric bike, it's powered obviously by the person riding it. If you're used to doing that, then getting used to the e-bike still is a bit of a challenge. And what I find too is, because it's heavy, and if I don't get my right foot down on the ground, it tends to tilt over to the right. And I went with it one day, and it knocked the pulsing light that I had, the magnetic light that I had attached to my helmet, off. I've not fallen. I mean, that was a fall, obviously, but I wasn't moving. I just was trying to stop, actually, and put my foot down, and didn't put it down fast enough, and the weight of the bike just pushed me right over. So, something else to be careful of. I still love using the throttle when I start off, and having it, say, in pedal assist 1. I'm getting a feel for how long the battery lasts, and I'm also, because it's hitting a lot of hot days, and apparently that's going to happen for a while. And here in Lynchburg in the summertime, it's hot anyway. It's what people tell me why it's such a headline thing is it's happening sooner than it has in the past. Those bugs. I take the battery into our apartment after each ride, so it's not out. I mean, the storage unit where I keep it doesn't seem to be getting real hot, but we haven't had 100-degree days yet, so maybe it will. So just as a safety precaution, I take the battery back to the apartment. And if I'm down 2 cells, I'll charge it. If I'm not down 2 cells, I don't charge it. But I try not to let it go to or below 1 cell left. Apparently that's a recommendation. Not let your battery go all the way to 0 before you charge. Nice thing about the battery in this Velotric Discover 1, though, is it's a UL certified battery. And it said that it's either an LG or a Tesla battery. So it's a quality battery, and that's good. Afternoon. All right. Now, the other thing I've realized is I have a great tan on the lower part of my arms and the top of just above my knees, on my thighs. So I need to, I don't spend that much time in an outdoor pool, so I'm not worried about looks, but I probably need to cover my arms a little bit more. I just got 2 long sleeve shirts that are of wicking material, so that they should take away sweat and protect my arms. And they're UV rated, so that they do, in fact, protect from the sun. And I need to start wearing sunscreen, so that's another thing to add to the kit here. Hi. It is, what time? 1:24. I need to get home so I can get some lunch. So I'm not going to get a full 10 miles in it. Well, I might get 10 miles. Because it was about 5.4, I think, down from our apartment down to the academy, which is right on Main Street, Lynchburg. And plus it's, I don't know how hot it is. Right here on the trail it's nice because it's protected, but I don't want to be riding around when it's terribly hot. If I have the option not to. Getting antsy to try other trails though, and I need to get a trailer hitch for my car and have that installed, and I need to buy a bike rack that will hold this heavy bike. Hello, on your left. So that's not going to happen for a while. That's another investment. All right, so we'll pick this up as we get closer to home. Okay, we're coming around the post office up to Rivermont Avenue. And I'm really impressed that these trippers for these lights do sense me. So that didn't used to be that way in the old days. But they've must have made them more sensitive. Get right here with the thing is, it usually only takes a second or so. So let's see. Yep, there it is. Very nice. Watching these videos of other cyclists who are cycling across the country or going on certain trails and things, particularly across the country where they're going on city streets and country roads and so on. Kind of interesting to see how different cities have improved their bicycle friendliness or not. It's nice to see that many have. And at places like Washington, D.C., where one time I used to live, and then lived very close to it, and rode my bike a lot, biker-friendlier, cycle-friendly it has become. There's always been a big faction in Washington, D.C. of very enthusiastic bicyclists. Another thing I'm finding, since I was so sensitive to the differences in the bikes, that I'm finding that I'm much more able now, and I know the weight of the bike, I know kind of the balance. I'm much more comfortable riding one-handed. I don't do it very often, but I can, and that's good because this new water bottle is specifically a smaller one that's out in front, and so I need to practice getting a hold of it while I'm riding and being able to take a drink instead of having to stop every time I want to drink, which is what I've been doing. I didn't check my list of what I hadn't, what I still had to cover in getting used to an e-bike. It's just based on the views of that particular video. It's something apparently a lot of people are curious about. What different people learn about their e-bikes or riding an e-bike once they've had them for a little while. And it's a good topic because there are a bunch of things that are the same yet different, and then there's some things that are just quite different, just like getting used to using your power when you can, or when you need to rather, and using your own power when you can. So it's very nice to know that you've got that power assist when you're going to hit a hill. I don't sweat hills anymore at all, which is, I've said several times before, is the reason my previous bike remained on hooks in the shed and unridden for the 22 years or so that we had lived here. This is changing things quite a bit. All right, on to Riverside and down hills. I've gotten better too about wearing my watch, which was a hand-me-down watch from my wife, and she got a new one, and it does have fall detect, and that's the main reason she wants me to wear it. But it's also cool that it records this as a cycling workout, and it provides me with a map of where I've been, how far I've gone, how fast I've gone. Pretty neat. These hydraulic brakes are incredible. Maybe all hydraulic brakes are incredible, but these in particular are just amazing, because since I'm going on hilly terrain, and I do a lot of downhills as well, they hold me back. Like right now, I'm holding it back to 17 and it would go out to 30, I'm sure, 70 miles per hour, and I'm sure it would go to 30 or right, we're up to 22 now. They're very handy. Another thing I've learned, I know I'm gonna have an uphill down here, so I just put it in Power Assist 3, even though I'm not pedaling, I'm not using it. But when I get down here, usually, like I'm going 25 miles an hour now, Power Assist will only kick into 14 or so, so I let it slow down a little bit. We're at 21, we're 20. The incline starting in a couple minutes, rather in a couple feet. Now I start to pedal, and it kicks into Power Assist 3. There goes a deer. What I've learned too about this route is I know that Pedal Assist 3 is all I need up to now, but now the terrain is sloping up, or the road is sloping up, so I'm going to go to 4, and that will give me a boost. And when we get a little bit further, I'll have to kick it to 5, and actually we'll level out up here a little bit. I'll bring it back down to 3. Otherwise it goes too fast and I can't really pedal. I'm doing what's called ghost pedaling. And I've got it in my Shimano gear set, I've got it in 5, and the top is 7. So I'm kind of in a higher mid-range. Okay, now it's going really fast. I'm going to bring it down to 3, and about 200 feet it starts to slope up again, so I kick it into 4 when I get up here. When it starts to be hard to pedal, there we go, there's 4, and there we go. And it brings me up, and usually 4 is enough for this whole incline up to Virginia Episcopal School. So it's going plenty fast, 15 miles an hour. I'm in 4, and I'm pedaling in gear 5. And here comes the bus. So no need to go to 5, and I could lower my Shimano gear, but I'm not going to. I'm going to put this down to Pedal Assist 2, get to the crest of the hill, and here we are. Now we're kind of going downhill here a little bit. But I know I usually get a little sluggish, even though there's just a slight incline here. But I know I get a little sluggish, so I just leave it in 2, and that gets me up this little incline without too much effort, but still some effort. And that's the whole idea in my mind of the e-bike, is you want to put out effort and get exercise, but you don't want to kill yourself, literally. Now we're in a very home stretch. All right, we are rolling. And we're at 10.7 miles. And there's Westminster. Okay, I'm going to bring these gears down. Here we go. Into home base. All right. All right. Let's get the bike over here. And that is a wrap.